Today I'm going to show you really quick how to change out the seat on a Peloton bicycle. This will be a lot easier to work with off the bike. So the first thing we're going to do is just remove this whole seat post by loosening our clamp and pulling the whole post off the bike. The first thing we're going to do is remove the two nuts on either side of the seat. So there's one right here and then one right here. And we're going to go ahead and loosen those up. You're going to use a 13mm socket. If you have one. If not, a lot of times the replacement seat that you bought will come with tools. See here, mine came with a 13mm wrench, so you could use that too if you don't have one of your own. Once you have that loose, you're able to pull out all of these pieces on the inside. So here's exactly what we just pulled off the seat. You have your two nuts on the outside that were holding everything on. You have these two brackets, and then you've got your bar that was going across the middle. Make sure to keep these somewhere aside. We're gonna actually use these with the new seat to put back on the Peloton. With all the mounting hardware pulled off, we'll now be able to shimmy this off. And when you pull that off, you'll have your last two pieces of hardware that come off with it. All right, so I've got my new seat here. I got this off Amazon. I'll put the link in the description below if you need a recommendation. I just wanted one that was a little bit bigger and a little bit more padding for me when I ride my Peloton. So if I flip it over here, you can see it's got its own hardware installed. A lot of these are set up to be installed either on a tube, which you can see here, or set up on the dual rail like the Peloton was. So I think the easiest way to do this is just to use the Peloton hardware that's already on your bike and take this hardware off. So that's what we're gonna do. I'll just go ahead and loosen these up and take all this hardware off, and we'll use the Peloton hardware. All right, ready to put our new seat on. So again, I've got my Peloton post here. I haven't taken off this hardware because I'm gonna reuse it. Got my new seat here, and I'm gonna reuse the old hardware. So just a reminder, the front of the seat's gonna point away from these brackets in the back here. Okay, the easiest way I found to do this is to kind of pre-assemble some of this hardware before you get it all in place. So again, we'll have our post here. You've got your inside piece that's gonna go in with the grooves facing the inside. And then you've got your outside piece that'll go in with this slot for the bar facing the inside here. So we can put those on loose for now. We can adjust them in a second. And then I even go ahead and take my nut and just put it on there a turn or two just to secure it while we get everything in place. All right, so once we have the hardware put together like this, we'll go ahead and slide it into the seat post and just let it sit there for now. And then we'll bring in our seat and put it here, and you can actually, since we only have one of these sides on, you can get the pieces clamped around the post on this side. And if you're able to get everything pushed together like that, that's how you know you've got it on there right. Again, I'll just hand tighten this as much as I can to kind of keep it secure while we do the other side. So I'll go ahead and flip it around now. And you can see the other side, we just have the bare bolt sticking out. So we need to put the hardware on for that side now. All right, to start out, we'll get our inside piece here put onto the bolt that goes through. We should still have enough wiggle room here to get this onto the bolt and in place on the bar. If you need to take your bolt and slide it out and back in, you can do that. So there you go, we got it on now. There you go, push it through. Now we can take our outside piece and just slide it on until it matches up. And then lastly, take your nut and get it on there hand tight and start to secure everything up. Before you tighten it down with a wrench, just make sure it's in the position you want. Once you've got it positioned the way you want it, we can go ahead and come here and start tightening these nuts. All right, so the seat's all the way tightened down now, and all there's left to do is put the whole seat post back onto the bike itself. Just slide it in and then tighten it up at the height you want it. All right, we got the new comfortable seat fully back on the bike and we're ready to ride. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. If you're still needing help finding a new seat for yourself, check out the link in the description and you can see this one that I pulled off of Amazon. It's got great reviews and I can tell just from sitting on it a few times, it's very comfortable. If this video helped you out, please consider giving it a like, subscribing, or even a super thanks. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next project.